It's your girl, Stay Hall, and welcome to yet another video. If you are already a part of the Lifer Tribe, thank you so much for all of your support and just showing up for me each and every time. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to the Lifer Tribe. You are going to love it here. So you might as well go ahead and take a minute now and hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so you can jump in every time I drop new content. So today I decided just to do, I don't know, it looks like y'all, I'm looking up. Hold on, let me try to get this together, y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to still get my camera life on. Learning new skills every day. But yeah, so today is going to be kind of a get ready with me story time type of thing. Nothing real formal or whatever, but y'all know every once in a while I'll just be going on about my day, not even really intending to record, and something will just hit me and I'm like, I need to share this with my Lifer Tribe because I know the things that happen with me are probably not only me things. I'm sure you guys have experienced a lot of these things too, and we can kind of just help each other. Maybe through my experience, I can help you, or y'all can drop some different experiences or advice in the comments and help me. Because like I always say, the coach needs to be coached sometimes too. You know, we are stronger together. So anyhow, I'm just getting ready to kind of get ready for the day. Just jumped out of the shower and now I'm just going to kind of take care of my hair and face and whatever. And I'm going to do a mask today. That's something that I realized like I hardly ever do. And I really didn't realize, because y'all know, even though I am at the sweet tender age of 50, skincare, I hate to admit, is something that is kind of new to me in the last 10 years because it's something that just was never really emphasized to me growing up or whatever. You know, I just kind of washed my face, put some lotion on or whatever and kept it moving. So an actual skincare routine is just a little new to me in the past 10 years. And I thought that masks were something that you did every once in a blue moon, but I'm learning now that you actually need to do or should do some kind of mask a couple of times a week. As well as exfoliation, I guess, at least every week or as needed. So y'all just bear with me. And again, those are things that you can drop in the comment. Let me know what you do, what works for you, what your routine is, because I'm still learning here and we can learn together. So anyway, I'm going to do a mask today. So guys, what I wanted to talk about, I guess, is just for those of you who are entrepreneurs or you know, whatever. You know what? I'm not going to start with my face. I'm going to do my hair first. And here I just have this little concoction of leave-in conditioner, water, and apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to just spray my scalp first because y'all know I have my soft locks in and I just want to make sure that I still take care of my scalp. But anyway, so for those of you who are entrepreneurs, you know, whatever, and just kind of doing your own thing, business owners, creators, you know, whatever it is that you call it, but you just don't have the normal 9 to 5 that, you know, of course, a lot of us in my age group, that's just all we kind of knew. Like, I didn't know entrepreneurs. I didn't even know what an entrepreneur was growing up, to be honest. That was a word that was foreign to me until I was well into my adulthood. And I didn't know, like, any business owners personally. Like, I don't think we had any business owners in our family. You know, my family on both sides was more about, you know, you get that good job, that career, you stay somewhere for 20, 30 years, and you retire, and that's what you do. I mean, I didn't grow up even with family members switching jobs, switching companies. It's just you do what you do, and you make the best of it, and you get that retirement, that pension, whatever. And that's kind of what we were all taught to do. And that is the path that I started early on. I was in banking. I worked for Mellon Bank. That was considered, you know, a good job for my age at the time. And I was supposed to stay there forever. And when I decided that I wanted to try different things, it was kind of like scary, I guess, to my family, or odd, or like, what the heck are you doing? And it made me, I guess, in their eyes, look flaky. But I've always kind of, even since a small child, been one to move to the beat of my own drum, which I'm grateful for. Never really been a conformist. never really cared too much about whatever other people thought, because I always just had this feeling that I was created to do something a little different. And so I've never been afraid to try different things and just experiment and figure out what's going to work for me. And so, you know, I've had jobs, good jobs over the years, but I always laugh, you know, and joke with my friends and say, you know, I'm just not an employee type of person. I'm not a good employee. I don't like doing the same exact thing every day. I don't like having to follow rules that I don't understand. I don't like working my butt off for somebody else to tell me what I'm worth in dollars and cents while they make all the money possible off of my work. You know, so those kind of things just never really set right with me. I'm somebody who likes to kind of just see where the day is going to take me, see where the project's going to take me. I don't need to be told every single day what I'm going to do, you know, so all of that. So that just has just never been me. I was even like that in school, you know. So sometimes it's great, and I have to admit, sometimes it's not so great, but I've learned where, you know, it is important for me to follow the rules and do what's expected of me. And then I've learned when it's okay to kind of do my own thing. So it's just, you know, with age should come knowledge, and with knowledge should come wisdom. And I'd like to believe that I have achieved those things. And so now I'm to the point where, you know, I'm in a happy place. I know the ins and outs and the do's and don'ts of living the life that I desire for myself. So anyway, what triggered me to talk about this today is a conversation that I had over this weekend with someone who I am very close to. And they, you know, and you know how I am. I'm never on here to, I guess, talk bad about anybody or try to embarrass anybody or call them out. So I usually am going to, unless it's like me and my husband or something that only affects us kind of thing, I don't like to use people's names, because a lot of people who I know in my personal life do subscribe to the channel and whatever, and I just don't want to, you know, I'm just not here to cause any type of problems. So anyway, and after I do the vinegar, apple cider vinegar, because that just kind of cleanses your scalp, but then it does have you kind of going out in these streets smelling like apple cider vinegar, and I'm just rubbing it in because my scalp, you know, needs to be taken care of. Y'all, look at that gray. I was thinking about getting my locks redone. Well, I'm going to be getting them redone in the next couple of weeks, but I was thinking about going with the gray ones. But my husband and I talked about it yesterday, and he's like, no, babe, just color your hair and get the dark ones in again. And I don't know if I'm ready for the gray either, but y'all, I am gray. But anyway, so after I do the apple cider vinegar, this is just a rinse-free cleanser, and it just smells better. So I'm really just using this just to kind of cover the smell of the apple cider vinegar. And then later on, I will just rinse it all out when I get in the shower tonight. But I just kind of let this sit for a while to really penetrate the scalp. But anyway, so what was I saying? So there was a conversation, like I said, I don't want to embarrass anybody or call anybody out or piss anybody off, really. I mean, you know, I don't care, but I do care, because it's just not worth it. You know, I choose my battles. But I had a conversation this weekend with someone that I am very close to, have known literally all my life. And they were telling me about a conversation that they had with another person who has known me all of my life. And so my name came up in conversation, just kind of with, hey, have you talked to Stay? How's she doing type of thing. Like nothing abnormal. And I trust this person, you know, so I trust, and I'm just putting some water on here to kind of rinse it a little bit, because that smell gets on my nerves. I really should have done this before the shower, but don't judge me. But anyway, so my name just kind of came up. And so the person I was talking to said when my name came up, they were like, oh yeah, you know, she's doing good. And I'm actually going to be talking to her soon, because, you know, she just released another book. And, you know, she's doing the blogging and YouTube and different stuff. And, you know, me being a business person and having more experience, she's asked me to kind of help her out in the business world and just, you know, look over some of the things, because y'all know I also have the soft skills business and that whole portal and curriculum. And so they were just saying, yeah, so I'm going to be talking to her, just looking over everything she has going on in business and just lending any assistance, advice, resources, or whatever that I can. So the person that they were talking to, instead of just either just saying O or K, decided they wanted to say, well, I don't know why you're even wasting your time, okay, putting that effort into helping her with all that, because, you know, for as long as we can remember, she's been opening another business or doing something different every 2 to 3 weeks. And so whatever you're helping her with is probably not going to be, you know, worth your time, because she'll be doing something else in another 2 weeks. Luckily, the person who is supposed to be helping me or who's going to help me was like, no, I don't really think that's the case. But, you know, they didn't want to get into a battle because, again, this is somebody that we both known and have known all our lives and is actually, you know, an elder to us. So, you know, we're not going to argue, fuss, and fight. But it still was like, okay, but no, yeah, that's not the case. So I'm going to help. And that was it. So there was nothing else said about me. They kind of shut it down pleasantly, but enough where the person knew, okay, I'm, you know, barking up the wrong tree. Let's just talk about something else, which is cool. But they did feel like they just wanted to kind of let me know what was said. And I don't have a problem with that, because that's the type of relationship we have. So I say all that to say, there was a time when that would have hurt my feelings. I'm just going to cleanse first. This is with the Sela Glacier Clay Cleanser. So, because the mask needs to go on clean, dry skin. But anyway, there was a time when that would have hurt my feelings. And I would have been like, you know, why do they think that? And I would have been looking at myself like, you know, have I done too many things? You know, am I doing too much? You know, do people not take me seriously? Because I have been in this entrepreneurial game on and off throughout all my adult life. Like, I ain't gonna lie, this ain't my first time at the rodeo. You know, this isn't the first business that I've been involved in. This isn't the first idea I've had. I can't say, oh no, I started a business in 1996 and I've been thriving and doing that ever since. No, that's not the case. I have tried different things. And, you know, I've had successful businesses. I've had businesses that haven't been so successful. I mean, I had a tax office for several years. Nice clientele. I stopped doing taxes and sold my tax business because I didn't like it anymore. It just was something that, I am a creative. I'm not a, you know, black and white numbers type of person. I am grateful for the tax business that I had because it was a means to an end. That business was presented to me at a time where I really needed it. It kept me from having to go to a 9-to-5 every day and be able to be there, because at that time I was a single mom. So I was able to be flexible, never miss a beat with my boys, be at every game, be at every parent-teacher conference, not having to worry about, you know, getting time off from work. So I'm grateful for that business. But that was never something that was originally in my wheelhouse. I'm not a numbers person. Like I said, I'm not an office-bound person. And so once the time came and I felt confident in leaving that business, because I was then able to support me and my children in a way that was more satisfying and fulfilling for me, then I did that. That's not being flaky. That's not being flighty. That's making personal and business decisions to help me live my best life. Because one thing about me, it's never going to be just about the money. I want to be happy. I want to have quality of life. You know, I want to be doing things that fulfill me and that are using my talents and and what I have to offer to the best of my ability. And I didn't feel like that was the tax business. Y'all, let me rinse my face. Rinse and pat dry. But anyway, y'all, so, you know, people look at things just because you're doing something different, and they automatically think either you're doing something different because what you were doing isn't working, or, you know, you're just flighty or whatever. But it's like, that's sad when it's the people that should be the closest to you, the people who should be cheering in the front section, the people who should be supporting you the most. A lot of times they're the ones who doubt you the most and talk the most smack. It's just funny to me. But I had to learn, though, over the years, because like I said, I have done different things and haven't gotten the support or whatever that I expected from certain people. But what I did learn on this journey is you shouldn't expect anything from anyone. You just do what makes you happy. You do what you feel that you've been called to do. You do what's best for you and your immediate family, meaning you and your spouse, your partner, your children, the people who flourish under your roof. And you don't worry about what anybody else thinks. And when I say anybody else, I mean anybody else. I mean your mama, I mean your uncle, I mean your cousin, like anybody else. I don't care who they are to you blood-wise. It doesn't matter. You have a certain relationship with those people that should be familial, and you should have a certain level, I guess, of respect and courtesy or whatever for them, but they don't have to be involved, approve, or even be knowledgeable of what you're doing in your day-to-day life to support you and your family, and most of all, your mental health. That was the thing too. Like, the tax business stressed me out. I wasn't passionate about it. I actually, you know, didn't know enough about it. It was a business that was presented to me. I was trained. I was given a lot of resources. I was grateful. But that's not even how my brain works. So I was in a business at that time just for the money, you know, and I needed it to be for the money at that time. I didn't have the liberty at that time to just do what was going to make me happy. I don't even think I shared this with y'all. It's a clay facial mask with vitamin C and strawberry infused with vitamins to keep your skin balanced and bright. So I'm trying this for the first time, y'all. I think it came in one of my BoxyCharm boxes, but yeah, so I'm trying this for the first time. So I'm just going to dampen my fingers a little bit, like I said, put some mask on my fingers and rub it on dry, clean skin, which y'all saw me cleanse and dry my skin. And then it says leave on for like 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll be talking to y'all masked for a while. But anyway, yeah. So you have to realize that your support is not always going to come from the people that it would just seem like naturally that's who it would come from. Because actually, it's kind of the opposite. The people who think they know us the best just because maybe they've known us our entire lives, maybe they gave birth to us, maybe they grew up under the same roof as us or whatever, that makes them automatically think they know us. And, you know, if you are, you know, of a certain age, I'm sure you've even experienced in your life more than one time the whole I know you better than you know yourself. I've known you your whole life. I know. That's a bunch of malarkey. It's just something that people think they have the right to say just because of the time that has been put in. But what was that time? Is it just time because we've known each other that long? Is it time just because of life? Because have you really put time into me? Have you taken the time to get to know me? Have you asked me questions about what I'm doing? Have you showed any interest? When I'm looking flighty and switching from business to business as you perceive it, have you ever asked me why am I doing that? Or did you just assume? Like, for instance, with me, again, I've always been a creative, always wanted to learn and do new things. And so, yeah, when I was in elementary school, I started off playing the violin. Because you know what? In elementary school, the only thing they offered was string instruments. So I picked a string instrument because I wanted to participate. I wanted to learn something new. I wanted to play an instrument. I am a singer. I've been singing literally all of my life. Like my first memories of me singing, I was like 3 years old, and I've always loved music, and I would be sitting, you know, next to the speaker listening to Natalie Cole and Stevie Wonder and reading the album covers. And, you know, I love the albums that actually came with the lyric books, and, you know, that was just my thing. And so I've loved music. And so any opportunity I had from a young child to be involved in music, I jumped on that opportunity. And so, yeah, I started playing violin in elementary. I learned as much as I could in elementary, and I didn't quit. But I realized after a while, that wasn't my thing. So when I got out of elementary and went to middle school, I decided I didn't want to play the violin anymore. And guess what? I decided I wanted to try to learn how to play piano. And so I got piano lessons. And I did piano lessons for just a couple of months and realized I didn't want to learn piano. And I also realized that I was a singer, and just because I was a singer, it didn't mean that I had to play an instrument. And so I decided I didn't want to play an instrument anymore. So does that make me flaky, flighty, or am I just someone who stretches myself, tries new things, but then realizes if it's not for me, it's not for me, and I'm good with that. I'm not afraid to jump in and out of the pool. You know what I mean? What do I have to lose? At most, every once in a while, you might lose a little money and a little time, but is it really lost when in the experience you learn something else about yourself? You get to experience something different. Even if you don't like it, it's a new experience, because you don't know what you like or don't like really until you try. Things can look interesting to you, and then you realize maybe it's just not for you. Also, you know, there are certain things that might look great and you try them, but realize you just don't have that natural talent for it. Everything isn't for everybody, but there are people who are stuck in a certain way of living and have this mindset that you make this decision, this is your path, and you do that, and that's it. And if you do anything other than that, then you're flaky, then you're all over the place. But the truth of the matter is, no matter how many businesses I've had, because like I told y'all, I had a tax business, I've had an event planning business. I love the event planning business. You know why I no longer have an event planning business? That's because I built that event planning business in the state of Virginia. I knew a lot of people in Virginia. A lot of people knew me. Things could happen through word of mouth, whatever. I moved to Texas. I wanted to do the event planning business here in Texas, but I really didn't feel like starting from scratch again, building that clientele, building those connections. And so I tried it for a little while, and it was just wasn't worth all of what it was going to take to get it started again. So I didn't. And guess what? I have a right to not do that. Doesn't make me flaky, doesn't make me flighty, doesn't make me all over the place, because the bottom line is I've never missed a meal. I've never, thank God, missed a mortgage payment or a car payment. I have never had to go to anyone to dig me out of any kind of hole. I have never stopped and started a new business and come out of it worse than I was before I started. And so for that, I'm grateful. But that also shows that clearly, even though I'm making changes, I'm making good decisions for me and my immediate family and my mental health. Again, I'm not just going to keep doing something just because I don't want to look a certain way. If it's not feeling right to me, if it's not feeding my soul, and it's not feeding my family, then I'm not going to keep doing it. I'm not going to stick to something, as people say, just to make other people feel comfortable who really don't even have a dog in the fight. You don't have to be worried about me starting and stopping and then you having to take the responsibility of paying my bills and feeding my kids, which are grown now anyway, out there, thank God, feeding themselves. And I'm glad too that I've lived the way that I've lived and tried different things and kind of experimented with businesses and travel and just all the things, because guess what? Now I have children who do the same thing, but they do it better than me because they have never even had to go through having that 9-to-5 job that they can't stand just to make ends meet. They had the courage and the mindset to jump out and do what made them happy from day one. And I'm going to take credit for that. I've shown them that. They've seen me have the businesses. And so now I have children who are thriving doing what they love to do. They don't have to worry about struggling through doing things just because that's what they're supposed to do. They get to make money, support themselves, doing what they love to do. My youngest son, who is now, I guess, going into his 3rd year of college, is this summer in Boston on a paid internship coaching basketball, head coach of the 13 and up, first time ever coaching, interviewed, had like 3 interviews, whatever, and got a head coaching position at a very reputable camp, and just won his first major trophy. His team won the conference. I mean, his team won the tournament, rather. And it's only the 2nd tournament he's ever coached, and he's already won the championship trophy. Like, that's major. And he's 20 years old, and he already knows that whatever he does in life moving forward is going to be in basketball. He knows that there's a chance he may not make the NBA. He would love to go play overseas. But even if that doesn't work, his mindset is, I'm going to be in basketball somehow. And so he's doing the things to build the resume to make sure that that's what he can do. And now he already has aspirations to have his own team and own AAU league. And, you know, I love that. And I feel like he has that confidence and that mindset because of what he's watched me do over the years. My other son just won his first Stellar Award, y'all. He works for the Mans. He does video and editing, and Tamala Mans Video Help Me won Stellar Award. So that means my son won a Stellar Award. He was on that project. He was on that team. He was a part of that production. And if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll see a clip of him in action handling the camera. And that's what he does. And then he works for them, but then he also has his own business where he's out here making music videos for up-and-coming artists. And so his schedule and calendar is always full. He's on his own, has a really nice luxury apartment. I'm taking him today to go pick up his Lexus, you know. So he's doing good, and he's only 26 years old, and he's never had that struggle of having to work this 9-to-5 job for years, getting paid peanuts just because that's what you're supposed to do. And again, I credit myself for showing him that, you know, my other son, my oldest son, does very similar things to what I do. He does business coaching, life coaching. He's doing this thing. So it's like, I'm proud of that. I don't regret one business that I started. I don't regret stopping any business, because what happened is each time I learned something. Each time I had a different experience, and it opened my eyes to new opportunities. Each time I was able to be more clear about who I am and exactly what it is that I need to be doing. Each time I took something away that would help me in the next journey, in the next endeavor. I joke all the time, y'all know, and say, you know, I'm 50 years old, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I'm only 50 years old. I feel like I still have at least half my life in front of me. I feel good. I'm full of energy, full of ideas, and there's a lot of things that are available to me now that weren't available to me when I was 20, when I was even 30, when I was 40. And so I shouldn't experience these things just because they weren't available then, so now I have to stick with what I was doing then. Hell no, I'm not doing that. Every time something is of interest to me, every time I feel like there is an industry, y'all. The recording stopped. I don't know why, but and I don't really know when. But all I was saying is, I'm not going to stop. And I can't say that where I am right now, that this is going to be the last business that I start. I don't know. If I feel like there's a good fit for me, if I feel like that my talents can add value to something and I can be fulfilled, then I'm going to try it. So that's all I'm saying. We got to do what we got to do to be able to thrive and live at our highest level of success and to be mentally stable and happy. That's what we got to do. So I'm going to keep on doing it. So I just wanted to talk to y'all about that. And hopefully it resonated with someone, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who's experienced that. But, don't worry about it, because guess what? I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. I still have tons of supporters, and they don't have to be related to me. They don't have to be people that I've known for any amount of time. There's been people who I've known for years and years who have been great support and great resources for me. And then there's been people that I just met in the last 6 months that have shown to be great support and great resources. So just don't get stuck in that, if my family and close friends aren't supporting me, then maybe there's something wrong, because that's complete baloney. All right, y'all, I'm going to rinse this mask off and then finish the rest of I'll come back on when I finish the rest of my skincare, but I'm not going to make y'all sit through another rinsing, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm all rinsed. Skin is looking good. Man, it just feels like, like super duper clean. So rinse the mask off, and now I'm just going to continue with my normal. I think I might use this milk toner today. I know I showed this to y'all before. I got it in a BoxyCharm. It's just like a little thicker, and I just feel like, I don't know, after using that mask, maybe I need something super duper nourishing, because I know the masks are good, but they probably pull a lot out too. So this toner is just a little thicker. It is a pH balancing moisture milk toner. So I'm gonna put this on. But yeah, guys, it's just, don't have expectations, and then also don't get your feelings hurt when, people react a certain way or you hear certain things, because the bottom line is, I've said it a million times, people are really not equipped, or don't allow themselves to be equipped mentally to support what they don't understand. If what you're doing takes them out of their comfort zone, then instead of them taking the time to learn what it is that you're doing or show interest, it just makes it better for them, or it's easier for them just to act like you don't know what you're doing, And it's like, it took me some time to learn that. And I did used to feel some kind of way, but now I'm just like, all right. Because, like what the old folks say, what they eat don't fatten me, and what I eat don't fatten them. So different strokes for different folks. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You keep doing what you're doing. This is Hyaluronic Acid Rejuvenating Serum by Studio Makeup. Y'all see that? Yeah, there you go. So I'm just going to put this on. So you just got to keep it moving. Do what makes your heart smile. And don't let the haters bother you. And that's something that I had to get used to, because I never wanted to sound like conceited or cocky or like I didn't care. But sometimes you have to realize that people are just hating. And don't sell yourself short like, you're not hate worthy. You know what I mean? Because if you're thriving and you got it going on, and people who maybe, can't see themselves in your position are talking smack on you, what other reason would it be than the fact that they hating or they're jealous? You know what I mean? So I used to really feel like, well, I don't want to say that because it makes it seem like I'm so full of myself, or like I think I'm all that. But the thing is, I do think I'm all that. And you should think that you're all that too. Or when people say certain stuff like, oh, well, you act like you too good. Well, for certain things I am. And if you choose to live a different way and you're not too good for this, that, and the other, then that's fine. But yeah, there are certain things that I'm not going to be involved in. I'm too good for foolishness. I'm too good for petty mess. I'm too good for going back and forth with people over things that don't matter. My time is too precious. My time is too valuable. And in my opinion, yours is too. But if you don't see it that way, that's not my fault. But don't try to make me feel bad, because I know my worth and my value. And I'm all about my mental. Love yourself first explicitly. I'm going to do that mental health check And if I'm feeling some kind of way, guess what? I'm going to keep it moving. I am no longer subjecting myself to things that make me feel bad. So yeah, if you want to say, oh, she thinks she's too good. Yes, absolutely I do. I think I'm too good for all of that foolishness. Oh, just got some alerts on my phone to make sure it wasn't anything that I needed to tend to quickly. I'm going to do one more serum. This is my Olay 7-in-1 daily serum because I just feel like I need to give my skin a little extra kick because the mask did leave it feeling kind of thirsty. And I'm sure that's a good thing, but you got to replenish. So put this in. So I have a day plan for me, hanging with my son once again because the car that he decided to get is another one that's far away. So I'm going to go pick him up at his place. And he never let me know. Somebody was supposed to be buying his Jeep yesterday. I don't know if that ended up happening or not, but I'm going to go pick him up, go pick up his new car, and then I'm probably going to stop by my husband's office because he's been there a couple of months now and I have not seen the new office. So since I'll kind of be out in that neck of the woods, probably going to stop and do that. And that'll probably be it for me today because I didn't plan a whole lot because, you know, when you're dealing with cars and, you know, all that, you know, sometimes they're not ready when they say they're going to be ready and all that. So I didn't want to have myself, you know, overbooked for today. So the last thing I'm going to do before I let y'all go is just put on my daily moisturizer. I think today I'm going to go with this Olay Regenerist. I know I've showed y'all this before. And then I'm just going to do a light makeup. I'll probably just do some bronzer, fill in the eyebrows a little bit and mascara, but I'm not doing a face and makeup. So anyway, y'all, here's my son. Hey.
Hey, I just talked to him.
So yeah, that was my son. Everything is a done deal with the car, so he just wanted to make sure I was still good to go. So I'm going to hurry up and just do this this is my little just running errands makeup. Like I said, it's not going to be anything major, nothing fancy, just enough to brighten my face up a little bit. So this is just some primer I'm putting on because no matter what I do, y'all, the primer never beads up. I wonder if that has to do with the mask. Y'all see that? I'm getting some crumbs on my face, so I don't like that. I wonder what it's reacting with. So let me, good thing I'm not doing foundation and all that. Yeah, because the primer reacted with something. But anyway, I got the crumbs off. I just dusted them off. Yeah, so I don't know what that was about. But anyway, I'm just going to do, I don't know, I got y'all looking crazy. I'm just going to do a little, probably concealer and whatever. Oh, another thing that bugged me that happened in a conversation about me was my name. Okay, so when I was born, my parents named me Stacy. And it's S-T-A-C-I-E. No secret. But a lot of people, you know, throughout my life have called me Stay, Stace. Stay-Lo was one of my nicknames. You know, whatever. And so as I, you know, just doing business or whatever, my name was pretty common, you know. So I just have decided I've gone by Stay for years. And evidently, I don't know who that is. I'm not answering that call. But evidently, that's something that bothers people, which is so crazy. And these are some of the same. Okay, this is hilarious. The camera just does not want to let me be great today because this time the battery charged. So I don't know what this video is going to end up looking like when it's all said and done. I got to do some Good editing. But anyway, I know I was telling y'all another thing that came up in the conversation. My name when I was born was Stacy. You know, my family and people have known me forever, know me by Stacy. But people have always called me Stace. My nickname was Stay-Lo, you know, whatever, just like anybody else with a nickname. And my nicknames, for the most part, have always derived from a portion of my name. However, now, I guess since I have written 2 books and I have my YouTube channel and I've moved to a different state where nobody here knew me my entire life, you know, and I go by Stay, and I like Stay. My husband has called me Stay since we first met, so, you know, everybody who knows me through him calls me Stay. It's not that big of a deal. However, there are people who have been in my life forever who act like that is such a major deal. Like I have come out and now have people calling me Senorita Bonita Oblantina. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I go by Stay. That's just like somebody being named Timothy going by Tim. That's like somebody named Michelle going by Shelly. That's like somebody being named, what's some of the other names that we cut short all the time? Jonathan and John. You know, whatever. Y'all get it. I mean, Stay is still my name. I didn't, you know, I'm not in the witness protection program. I didn't go out and tell people, you know, again, start calling me the creator formerly known as Stacy. You know what I'm saying? But that's been some of the talk, you know, where I've had people who know me now meet people who knew me then, which I'm still the same person. Like, I've never denied who I am, so it sounds crazy, but they'll say something about, oh, Stay, whatever, and then the person who's known me, like, Stay, that's not her name. Her name is Stacy. Like, how stupid is that? Like, that's just some pure hateration. Like, you know who the heck they talking about, because again, it's not like they're saying, oh, you mean Lolita? Who? Her. Oh, that's Stacy. You know what I mean? It's Stay. And these same people probably have called me Stay themselves. Like, ugh, it's so weird. But it's just certain things that, you know, you have to be prepared to deal with when you start moving different. You know, people just aren't always ready for whatever it is that you have going on in whatever phase in your life that doesn't look exactly like whatever they expected from you, or, you know, it's just weird. And like I said, there was a time when the stuff would bother me and I'd be wondering, like, well, why is this happening? Why, you know, now I'm just like, really, you have got to be freaking kidding me. Like, I don't even let it bother me at all. But, you know, I just feel like it's worth mentioning to y'all because that might be where you are now, you know, and don't let it derail you. Don't let any of that stuff make you question what you're doing. Because if you question what you're doing, if it does make you question what you're doing, then you also have to think about how you really feel about what you're doing. Because if you're really good with what you're doing and you really believe that you are walking in your purpose and doing the things that you've been called to do, forget what anybody else has to say, because you don't want to let somebody else's goofy opinion and their lack of understanding keep you from your destiny and your purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny to me. And the thing is, I am a creator, a content creator. I am an author. So one of the main goals I have is to be able to be searchable and be found by people. I want to be able to expand my brand. I want people to be able to find me. So how smart is it, since I do have a name that I can just shorten a little bit, that's still my name, Stacy. I mean, come on. Lots of people have been calling me Stay since like kindergarten. My friend Tribby Flood, she's been calling me Stay since we were little kids. That is not foreign to anybody. So what I was getting at is, when I'm trying to be searchable, when I want you to be able to go to Google and look for me, Why would I want you to have to go through 200 Stacy Halls possibly before you find me? No, I want to be at the top. So you know what puts me at the top? Stay Hall. But you know what? That's actually also my name. I mean, it's funny to me the things that people decide to hold on to, or the things that they decide to have conversations about to kind of try to question your credibility or your character or your seriousness or your worthiness, when really it's like, why are you joking? I'm really, really smart. I have a goal. I have things that I'm trying to do. So, and you know what, with all this ranting and raving today, I didn't know what I was going to wear today, but this time talking to y'all, no doubt about it, I'm wearing my heavy on the protecting my peace t-shirt today with the little skirt to match it. But yeah, because I'm all about protecting myself. Peace. I ain't got time for all the crap. So y'all see, it's not a big difference. Just kind of brightening my under eye and doing some, you know, whatever, just to get out for the day. Definitely not any type of glam. This isn't even like my daily, like if I had meetings or whatever type of look. This is just very simple, like I'm just going to go run some errands. I'm not even going to do mascara with primer. This is the Ulta, y'all see it, Ulta Beauty mascara. It says, it's really like, it's called Curled Up by Ulta. So I'm just going to do this. A really light coat. And that's going to be it, y'all. Throw on this t-shirt and skirt, jump in the car and go pick up my son and take him to go get his new car. And maybe I'll treat him to lunch or something, depending on how long it takes, because he's also the one, like I told y'all, that just got the Stellar Award this weekend, so we need to celebrate that. And that's the thing with him, though. He's not big on celebration and stuff. He's just kind of like, it ain't that big of a deal. He's funny. He doesn't like you to make a big fuss. Just the congratulations and a pat on the back is all he needs. Like, he's just not into all that, and it actually makes him feel a little uncomfortable. So I find myself, which is perfectly fine, even though I'm the mother and he's the child, I ask permission, you know, for stuff with him, because I don't want to do anything that's going to make him feel some kind of way, because we all have different ways of doing things and, you know, different comfort levels. So like I ask him before I post stuff about him on Facebook, because I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable. If I do want to celebrate him, I'll be like, you know, is it cool if we, you know, get a cake and do whatever? Because it's for him. So I don't want to force anything on him for him, and he's not going to be comfortable with it, because then that makes it for me. And I'm not one of those kind of parents. It's not about me. I'm proud of him, and I want to celebrate him in whatever way makes it comfortable for him, because, again, what's the point if he's not going to be comfortable with it? So I'm just going to put on some clear gloss. This was also something from my BoxyCharm. I love this gloss. It's Cab, I don't know, but it's lemon. And it's super moisturizing, super glossy, and it smells great. So that's it, y'all. So thank you for spending this time with me, this little mini get ready with me, story time, vent session, whatever you want to call it. I hope that you guys were able to gain something from this. And again, as always, if there's anything that you would like to share with me, please go ahead and drop it in the comments. I love engaging and interacting with you guys, and I am never afraid to learn something new and, you know, hear someone else's story who may have dealt with things differently than me. Also, if you have any questions for me, feel free to drop those in the comments. I'm really good at responding because I just love that interaction. I feel like that's what this is all about. What's the point in getting on here if I don't want to interact with my subscribers and my lifer tribe? So, guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, visit me on my website. That's where you can find my books and just a little bit more about me, and that is at www.stayhall.com. So I love you guys to bits and pieces. I appreciate you so much. Always remember to be kind and love one another, but never forget to live your life. LYFE. Love yourself first explicitly. Bye, y'all.